Welcome to ACD-Combatives, your combatives and control tactics channel. Please like, subscribe, and share. Hey everybody, Coach Kurt. I wanted to focus on what I call boss side control, basically short for boss root and side control. I don't know what the actual name that boss root assigns to this method of side control, but I learned it through Coach Colton. You'll see in the video. Coach Colton was my Krav Maga and MMA coach, and the system of MMA that he trained directly under Boss Rutan through his coach was Boss Rutan Systems. So if you're familiar with that, that's where this comes from. And I just call it boss side control because that makes sense to me. And again, it's a very MMA or self-defense style of side control. I think it's really important. So this video is going to be reflecting that side control method, and I got it from some of my older videos. And then at the end, we're going to go through some escaping side control, just a little bit to touch on that because I think they should be linked.
Do a couple different angles. So variations on Boss Rutan side control. I learned this side control from Boss Rutan. It's a positive demonstration. This is my side control, and I'm here. My head is up this way. This hand, or the high side hand, is under the head. Here, resting, my knuckles or my palm is typically under the back of the head, back of the neck. This hand here is palm into the hip of my partner, and then my elbow drops. I'm dropping in and pinching, and my knees come forward. Without my partner, let me move. I am thinking about dropping my elbow and my knee together, trying to use this as a pinch on their hips. My head is high and I'm up. What's your partner? This side control is specifically for transitions and striking. So this side control is good because I'm here, because I can disengage this arm, add strikes, add combatives, and I still have a limited control. This partner, if they're committed, can break out of this. This is to slow them down. The other thing I can do from this side control up is I can transition, I can pop out, or I can shift my body weight pretty high if I want to shift over for something like this, as opposed to. The other thing is, it is harder for my partner to reach up and control my head and to lock me down. Oftentimes we see this a lot, and I might get stuck here and I have to grind my way out. So we come to this side control a lot. Again, this is a transitional side control. It's not something I'm going to stay and work here for a long time. It's somewhere I'm going to move to. For example, if let's say I'm down in a more traditional side control, and I'm here, and I cross face and I grind my way out, I'm already transitioning my opposite hand into this position, and now I'm up. Chest is up, head is tall. I can add strikes. He starts defending. Maybe I'll high leg over to mount, move into something else. Alright, so we'll have to one more time.
This direction or?
Yep. Okay. So you can see this way. I'm here, let's say I grind, hand transitions, and I'm up. I'm up tall. Hips are low, knees are wide, elbows dropped as a pinch. This hand is under the head, but remember, in reality, most of the time I'm going to be attacking, fighting, working with this hand. If I am resting, it is under the head because it's harder for him to attack me. I don't want to feed too far under where he can reach up and grab it or hook me down or anything here. This is just a good base, and I'm based out. Boom. Yeah, it's hard for him to pull it out. There are ways you can do it, but it's harder. So rotate with me, 90 degrees. I'm here. Again, I'm up this way. And then one from behind, or at least a little bit rotated from behind so you can see what my hips are doing. So, when I'm here, my hips, as much as my flexibility allows, my base is wide, and my hips drop down, similar to a sprawl. I'm dropping my hips, or I'm tilting my hips forward like a sprawl, trying to put weight on him. At the same time, I pinch with my opposite elbow, adding some control. Without you, I'm here, and I'm dropping my hips, tilting my hips forward, dropping this elbow down for control. Other hand is free to work. So when I'm here, one of the variations on this is if this hand is free or loose, whether he's not paying attention to it or he's using it to defend, but I can manipulate it, I'm going to drive it. I like to hook under the elbow and drive it up. As I drive up, this hand is now going to drive forward. I'm still in that boss root and side crank, or that boss root and side control, going for a neck crank. I'm making a fist, and I'm pushing that fist into the ground here. This really only works if this back arm is trapped. If it's in front of his body, you can just roll out of it. But now I'm in a crucifix position. The neck crank comes from my free hand now. This hand is going to grab the head and pulling the chin down into the chest. That's the neck crank variation. It's also a really strong striking position. I can get into this position here, just speeding it up and start striking. Sure. Yep. Throw. Sure, that's fine. Throw from this angle. And here I'm moving around. I have some freedom to move this hand up. This hand is going to make a fist, and I drive. Now I can strike from here fairly effectively. Boom. I can also grab in and control and grab the neck. It works better with a fist. I don't know why. The hand, if I just put my hand down, I tend to lose this, and it just kind of curls. If I make a fist and really punch into the ground, it's a lot stronger. Again, this arm has to be behind me. This, if it's in front of me, he can just roll that way. So make sure that arm is strapped. This is most useful, or I get this the most without you. Here with you, I'll let you down. Off of a counter for a figure four. This is, again, sport context, but if I'm here fighting for a figure four, fighting for this key lock position, and I'm under the head, which is where we get sometimes, he might straighten his arm out and pop out, and that's when I'll move right into it. So we get there on occasion fighting for that figure four.
Hey guys, it's Kurt, still training with Val, and now we're working on side control and recovering a guard position from side control. And here I'm showing her a variation of side control. This wouldn't probably work well against someone with grappling experience, but I see how I'm hooking her arm, and I'm using my arm as a lever, and I'm rolling her away from me. And this allows me to take her back. But right now, I could tighten that up and put her in a full Nelson, which is a wrestling move, not jiu-jitsu. And I can get her in an arm bar. There's a lot of things I could do from there. But for combatives and control tactics, it's just take the back for handcuffing. So here I am again emphasizing it. Sorry for the camera angle. And she's recovering her hands, and I'm using my arm as a lever. And I'm emphasizing that I'm using my hips against her hip and bumping her. See how I bumped her to her side, rolling her away from me. I emphasize using that arm as a lever up under her head, and then you just step over into a rear mount. I've used it before. So here we are again. She gets her arm under. I'm emphasizing to get your hands out where I have them so I can get my lower knee in. I'm going to sweep her arm and pin it using my head at the back of my head, just like I'm pinning it. And then I shrimp out, and that stretches her out, takes her balance, takes her strength. And then I shrimp through again fully, and then recover full guard. And then I'm showing this is what you can do with the open guard techniques. This is a very no-gi spider variation of a guard, and I can kick with my legs. And that's what I'm going to be showing her because, again, she has the short, powerful legs. She has a hard time with a full closed guard. Here I am again. I'm showing her if they start pushing in the future, we're going to work on switching your side control. From there, I went to a normal side control to judo side control to reverse side control. And what that does is breaks up. If they're pushing, you move yourself in a position where they can't push you, and you're maintaining a good side control. It's just a different side control. So it keeps breaking up the game. Here I am again. She's shrimping away. I'm emphasizing she's trying to grab the hand, but she didn't trap it right this time. And I think she senses that she was doing something wrong. So we're going to reset. She's never done this before. So I'm saying, okay, I've got a deep underhook under your head. You grab the back of your head and you use your right arm, pin it against your ear. You're trapping my arm between your cheek and your arm. And so she's got a pretty good leverage there. And she's got her left hand up under my head, and that's good. So here we are. She's going to reset. We're in the process of learning this. She's got a decent side control here, and I'm emphasizing that hands I can even grab the shoulder is what I like to do. And I just bump using a shrimping motion. I'm putting that right knee in there. I'm using my right hand up behind my head, and it's trapping, and it stretches them out. You see what I'm doing with my left hand? I'm framing still. And I've got good control of them at this point, and I've got them in a good close guard. It's a great technique, guys. It stretches them out, and you might even be able to sweep them from there. If they don't have any grappling experience, they probably have a poor base. So here she's going to try it again. If I remember right, she gets it pretty good this time. I've got her in a decent side control, and she's able to shrimp through. There she goes. She pins my hand. She's using her left arm as a frame against my face, and she's even getting me into a good close guard.
So say we all.
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 Let's roll. Hey, let's be careful out.